says you're right here.
Yes, you may. Well, you know, the first challenge of playing against competition of that caliber, we passed. That's all I will say. I thought we played pretty well. We shared the basketball. We got some good shots off of our sets, and we competed on the glass against a bigger team. So we'll have to continue to do that as the tournament goes on.
Greg.
Hey.
You played 10. I mean, I know you lost Lon and Fred last year, but it doesn't seem to have affected you as much as I thought. I mean, your 10 kids play well together, and you seem to be able to get a lot of scoring more than multiple players.
Well, I mean, these guys to my left are among the 10, and they're obviously pretty talented. They're long, they're athletic, they play hard, they're very coachable. You know, they're what you want as a coach. So even though they're sophomores and freshmen, and we've got other juniors, we don't have a senior on the scholarship senior anyway. So we're pretty young and inexperienced, but that doesn't mean they're not going to compete. And they competed tonight, and they competed very well right out of the gate and built a comfortable lead, and then just took care of business in the second half.
Greg, how would you describe the offensive evolution as this team seems to be really clicking very early in the season?
Well, we talked all summer about having multiple options that can score. You know, we've got guys like these guys they can make jumpers, they can drive it and finish, they can go with the in-between game and put it on the floor and pull up for jumpers. So they're five-tool players. They defend, they rebound, they do all those things, and there's other guys in the locker room like that. But these two in particular to my left have that multifaceted game that's hard to guard. So I thought we had a few bad shots in the first half. That was my only complaint at halftime. Once we got that resolved, we were pretty good, efficient on the offensive end. Well, we've got some guys, again, that can score the basketball. And there's a fine line between trying to score too quickly and taking a bad shot, or executing something and letting the offense manufacture a shot. And we're still learning that. I think that was our problem in the first half. But at the same time, you want to give them the creativity, the freedom to show what they can do and help our team score points. So that's the biggest key from the inexperience, is learning when to not force something, but let it come to you. But at the same time, if you got an avenue to the basket, you got to take it.
Questions for Landry. I'm curious, when you had your last year cut short by the year, what have you done? What did you do, I guess, in that time to prepare for this opportunity to get back out and play regularly?
Well, I mean, obviously a lot of rehab with our training staff and Todd Fagan. A lot of watching and learning. You know, you got Ron and Fred last year, who were two of the best guards that I've ever seen up close and personal, and getting to be on the road and watch them at home, you know, first person, and just learn from how they handle their business day to day. That was a big part. It was a lot of mental stuff, as well as, you know, physically trying to get myself back and just working really hard in the off season to get back to where I was.
Coach, to follow up on that, how does that help them, do you think, in the sense of got to get off to a good start here and after getting in a game last year?
Landry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was a big part of our program last year until the injury. I mean, Marcus was Rookie of the Year, but at the very beginning of the year, Marcus was coming off the bench, and Landry started. When Fred VanVleet was hurt, Landry started the one or two games. So when he went down, and I kept telling people, not only are we without Fred VanVleet, but we're without Connor Frankamp, who was still ineligible as a transfer until December, and we were without Landry Shamet. So we were without three guards that can really play. And we were playing freshmen that weren't ready and walk-ons in Orlando last year. So I think that was, and people didn't understand that because it's Landry Shamet and it's not Ben Simmons, so they didn't know how good he was. And it was hard for I wasn't trying to make excuses, but I was saying we were down 3 quality guards, in Fred VanVleet, Connor Frankamp, and Landry Shamet early. And so he's very cerebral, and he watched those guys, he learned from them, and and that's what we talked about. Become a better player by watching. You know, you don't have to. It's hard to bite the bullet and accept the red shirt, which he did, but then Marcus got his opportunity because of all that, and he became Rookie of the Year, first one we've had. So both of them have very bright futures, as you can imagine.
Marcus, you got some East Coast news. What was the attraction for Wichita?
The attraction, just the environment, you know, there's great people here, you know. I mean, just being here on this staff, you know, they're all about their business, you know. GH is skill development coach. You know, he kept it real with me, you know, and everything, you know. In terms of nothing is guaranteed, and just growing up, I've earned everything. Like nothing was ever given to me, and I just want to be in that situation going forward. I don't want everyone to just hand it to me. Oh, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. No, I want to work just like everyone else.
Played for Coach Hill.
Yes,
How, what
yes, a very huge experience coming in. You know, the game was very fast for me, so you know, I had to adjust to it and everything. So I mean, I'm still currently working on that, but I mean, I was getting better each year. You know, trying to just mature and trying to be in the right position, or just be a better player, and it's worked. You know, and they're both all about defense. So I mean, it's nothing I'm not used to.
Greg, you think Connor is an outside shooter? You look at the stats, it's 7 assists, 0 turnovers.
He did a great job of managing the game and running our team, and he's continually getting better at that. Again, he deferred quite a bit last year to those guys that are now in the NBA, but he's got an opportunity now to run the team, play 24 minutes, and didn't turn the ball over. I don't know how accurate these stats are, but that's a great line. You know, he did make the 2 threes, but he's a big-time shooter. I mean, he really is a big-time shooter. He needs a little space because he's not the biggest guy in the world, but when it comes out of his hands, I really like it coming out of his hands. But he's running our team first and then looking to score, which is the way to do it.
Maybe how would you describe why the offense is flowing so well?
Just repetition. You know, kind of our focus in practice, you know, when we got down here, Coach said a couple times we just need to work on our timing for a few of our sets, and I think that definitely paid off. We executed pretty well on a lot of those that we, you know, buckled down and worked on in practice yesterday. So, you know, timing is getting better. We're getting used to, you know, playing with one another, knowing, you know, how guys play and where to be and when. And, you know, I think it's just, can't really say one thing. I think it's just more of a maturity and a time thing that's being built up over time. And I don't think we're even where we can be. We haven't peaked yet.
You guys want to talk about defense? I mean, we did hold them to 28%. Okay, you guys are missing the story. 28%, 17%. Okay, you get caught up on offense. Everybody wants to talk about offense, you know. Let's talk about defense.
Two plays, charge down on the floor for loose ball and run with the charge, go kind of early in the game. Those kind of plays that important to kind of help set the tone, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Early on, you get big energy plays like that, you know, that hurts the other team and, you know, kind of kills the vibe for them and builds ours. So, you know, we were all really excited with those plays, and that definitely helped, you know, set and increase the momentum we had on our side early on.
Marcus, how do you describe Connor's 20 points? Kind of different from what Wichita did this year last year for Fred. Obviously, it's working really well. What does he do when it comes to offense runs?
You probably asked about that.
To Connor's defense.
I mean, obviously he's different from Fred. I mean, but I mean, he can definitely handle the ball. You know, he's not a turnover guy. You know, he can definitely keep the ball in his hands. You know, And, you know, he doesn't play too fast. He plays at his pace. You know, he's very handsy on defense. You know, he gets deflections and everything. He probably gets the most on the team, to be honest. He's very handsy, you know, and he can shoot the ball very well, you know. I mean, he doesn't make many mistakes either, and that's what you want as a point guard, not to make many mistakes.
When they first came on the road, any concern at all about how they?
Well, you always have concerns. Again, no seniors basically. JR and I don't want to take anything away from what JR and Zach Bush mean to our team, but yeah, you're concerned, and you're concerned because it says LSU across their chest, and they're huge, and you know, Johnny Jones is a good coach, and so yeah, those concerns. But I think they answered those concerns, and we just have to keep grinding. You know, I was a little worried, and going into the second half, they would have the same mindset and energy and toughness and passion, which in the first couple of minutes of the second half, they outscored us 5-0 and cut the lead from 27 down to 22, but they never got it under 20, and eventually we steadied the ship and got it back over 30, and that's how it finished. We do. I don't know if he's leading the team in deflections, but he did get on the floor for a loose ball late, and they eventually, I think, called a foul on Brown diving into the scrum. But you know, he's getting tougher. You know, his whole thing was, and just like a guy like Darrell Willis, his whole thing was all about scoring. You know, but now what we ask him to do is find a way to help our team that doesn't involve scoring. How do you help the team if you don't score? And he's finding a way to do that, which is great to see.
When he was looking for a new school, was he interested in staying in the state?
Well, I really didn't know. I know he visited Creighton. I think he visited Creighton. But, you know, you'll have to ask him, Dick. It was, I just think that we didn't have we tried to recruit him a little bit coming out of high school. We obviously wanted him coming out of high school, but he committed really early. I think it was Christmas of his sophomore year. And, you know, at that point, we were still trying to build our program, and we're recruiting seniors. We're not spending a whole lot of time on sophomores. We didn't have that luxury. So he commits and just goes up there, and I don't think it was the right fit. And we've given him a little more freedom, allow him to handle the basketball a little bit and make some plays like he did in high school. And you know, and I don't know if he would be doing that there. They've got some great players and great guards, but he's got an opportunity here for us with the loss of those two guys to the NBA and these young men beside him. So it's a good combination. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay.
We done?
You guys are done.
Thank you.